Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this video we're going to discuss actually a pretty popular question that I get, and that is, how long do I allow my day trades to work? Now let's tackle the first part of it. The fact that we call them day trades, right? That's not a strategy for entry, but it is actually describing the way in which we exit the market, which is by the end of the session, right? So day trade just simply tells us when we're going to get out of a market, but not necessarily how or even when we're going to get in. Now, this is a pretty important distinction because for me, clearly I'll start day trading around 9:30, but here's the important part. I'll stop day trading at 11:30. So this is where I stop. It's a time-based limitation on new entries. So no new entries past 11:30. Now this does two things for me. I won't get caught up in the chop between 11:30 and 1:15, which is the choppy midday doldrums. I won't continue to overtrade apart from the clearing range setups that I prefer to take. And I won't persist in focusing on, well, I think the trickiest part is I won't persist on focusing on the close for more trades. So this really is very much an opening or a clearing range strategy that I'm focused on. So, right, so no new entries after 11:30. And if you're struggling with your day trading or you're finding you're putting too many trades on, try that time-based, not time-based exit, but time-based limit, right? All right, so let's talk about exits. While I won't enter new trades as long as my trades remain above what I call the point of validity. Now, this is terminology I created for myself to remind me that I'm not looking at simply a percentage or dollar-based exit, although that will be part of the plan. I'm looking at validity as to when I want to get out of a market. And so for me, a long position is valid, especially based on the clearing range levels, as long as I remain above the clearing range low. So while I'm not necessarily entering here, I can certainly sit through that move. And ultimately, we did do that in not only the S&P this morning in terms of our notes and alerts. We just took some profits as we approached 30,300, took profits out of a YM day trade. So again, I'm not focused on time, but I am focused on when I'm going to stop trading. So these trades were built in the early part of the day, and then I'm going to allow the rest of the day to hopefully take us back up the path of least resistance. Finally, the NAS. The NAS was one that we focused on. This one was an interesting one because our very last entry was down near 12.8. Now, time-wise, I can't take this trade. However, I can sit through this dip, right? So it's kind of a bummer. Some folks within the room will go ahead and take that anyways because we had an 803 entry. We also had some other entries that got us long. And we'll see if we can follow through to the upside. But this entry, and this is probably the most difficult. So in my mind, by noon, I've got 2 out of 3 of my trades now in profit as winners, and then we'll see how the NAS goes. And this is how I look at it. I think of it as a batter at the plate. How many ups did I get? 3. I went 2 out of 3. I might go 3 out of 3. I'd like to see this market get up into this value area high level. But at the moment, based on the previous entries, we're pretty much at the moment, a break even on our position. So that's fine. This gives us a good out. If we've had enough on this last trading day, this gives us a good out here at the break even. So this is a little bit of insight into what we did today, how we do it, and some of the timing around it. Hope it helps. Leave your questions below if you have any. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you on Monday.